Okay. All right, so we are going to get started, and I pushed record, so if somebody missed this, they can watch it later. So Success Club so far for the month, this is super exciting. Jenna, Success Club 6 is Megan E. She's already got 6 points on the board. Then Success Club 2, Jenna, Christine, Maggie, Andrea, Sherry, Lauren, and Heather all have Success Club points already this month, so that's really exciting. The Fall Classic is going on this month, so if you're not on a Fall Classic team, you don't get a Success Club prize unless you're actually on a team. So that's how that works. For Fall Classic, does somebody want to take? I was on a leadership call last week, and they are taking like minutes of their calls. So like in the documents, I'll post like training call recording, and then underneath, if somebody could take like the minutes, then we'll post the actual like notes from the meeting too, just in case somebody doesn't have time to watch the video and they just kind of want a like brief overview or they want notes or whatever. So anybody, doesn't really matter. Just raise your hand and just write down what we talk about. And also another thing I wanted to address is I got a huge email. I don't get everybody, but I get a lot of people on business fees not being paid. And a lot of people were people who are like still actively running their business. So I know it's happened to me before, especially on Brett's Business Center, where my debit card has expired, which I wish they would link it to a checking account, not a debit card. But my card expired and I forgot to call in. So just make sure you call in and update your cards, because if your business service fees aren't being paid, they can terminate your coaching account. They cannot give you commissions, and they don't have to back pay you commissions. So if you didn't get your business fees paid and you missed out on commissions, you might not get back paid. Like there's a lot in the compliance where they don't have to give you the money if you're not complying with them. So it's $15.95. It's definitely worth it if you're making, a few $100s a month to pay the $15 to get your commissions. So make sure you get your business fees paid. And then if you also have a spouse or boyfriend or somebody, mom, whoever on your business center, and say you go to make like a huge volume order purchase under that other person's account, because you're not going to cycle bonus off of that. So anytime you're not buying Shakeology, which should automatically come through your own personal account at 90 PV, you purchase every other purchase through the person that you are responsible for, whether it be your husband, your mom, your sister, whoever you've signed up to help you go Emerald, because that's how you're going to cycle bonus. You are just wasting money. So you saved your 25% plus your cycle bonusing off of that purchase. So like anything extra besides Shakeology that I buy goes through Brett's account or my mom's account, depending on who I've got to keep active and cycle bonus off of. So I just wanted to touch on those couple things. Oh, and for Fall Classic, I know Brittany had posted it, but the Shakeology Booster 25% off. You get a Fall Classic point for selling a bundle, not a Success Club point, but a Fall Classic point. So definitely be upselling those in your groups and anywhere else. And then also what I wanted to talk about was I want to kind of go through each team call and kind of make it a little bit more accountability wise. So what I have started doing since I kind of like took a leave of absence, since I had so much stuff going on over the last month, today I started doing this and it really worked out, is I got a new notebook from now till like next year. So I just like put the date at the top, like that's today. And then I've got like my to-do list, like, I forget what's out on here, but I have like my little things that I need to do for the day up here. And then I have all of the people that I messaged today to join boot camp. And then I have a list of the people who messaged me through Lead Generator. So I had an 8 p.m. message, a 6:30 a.m. message, and an 8 a.m. group post. So then I can kind of track how I like, I don't want to waste my time if I make if all week long I'm making a noon post and no one comments on it, or I'm not getting any traction, I'm not going to post again a lead generator at noon. And so then I like wrote down all of my boot camp people that I've messaged. So I messaged 50 new people today, but then I followed up with 15 people from the last 3 months. And so I wrote all of that down, their names and all of that. And then my influencers, who I kind of like stalked on social media for influencers and things that I want to accomplish like throughout the day. So that's like my and then my personal development, which is The Slight Edge, which is a great book, by the way. If you guys are looking for a new personal / professional development, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson is awesome. So I'm on chapter 2. So I wrote that down also as like my 3 vital behaviors on my own. And then this gives me more room than the actual like business activity tracker. So I'll do like my upsells on this sheet. I did this last year and it really worked out for me. And then I kind of got away with it after Rush was born. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you. So we're going to go through really quick, since it's already 9:07, and just everyone say how many invites they did today, how many follow-ups they did, and what personal development you're reading. And if you worked out and drank your Shakeology. Like, we're just going to keep it simple, but we're going to do it every week. So every week you got to bring something to the table. And if you're bringing, I didn't talk to anybody, and you're not making any money and you're not building your business, well, obviously there's why. So this is just going to be kind of like your accountability. If you don't know what the 3 vital behaviors are, I really suggest you going back in the Coach Online office, going to the news and training, and doing the Coach Training Academy. The 3 vital behaviors are invite, personal development. Why am I having a mom moment? What's the third one? Somebody tell me. I just like completely went blank.
There's 4 vital behaviors actually. If you're really into it, you got your own accountability. So you need your shake and your workout. You need your personal development. You need to be inviting, and you need to be connecting with people, adding people to your network, with people.
Thank you. I was like, just went blank. So adding to your network, I've gotten a ton of questions on. Adding to your network does not mean inviting. Those are 2 separate things. So like when you go through the people who you may know and you're like, oh, like I added all the moms that Lucy played flag football with I added them as a friend on Facebook. That's adding to your network. Inviting would be sending somebody a personal message, inviting them to your boot camp, or, sending out an invite through a Facebook post or an Instagram post or something like that. So those are 2 separate things. Adding to your network is adding new friends on social media. Anytime I'm like out and about now, like at Lucy's like gymnastics and things, I'm trying to like talk to people, get their names so then I can look them up on Facebook, just from adding those 5 new ladies from flag football. And then I posted an LG tonight about bikini boot camp, and I shared my like page to my personal page. 3 of them went and liked my fit page on Facebook. So that's kind of how you add without like having an ulterior motive to like sell a challenge pack. You just want to be friendly and add people. So we will go through really quick because there are some things I want to talk to you guys about going into 2016 that I'm kind of excited about. So Megan Harper, you go first. Just unmute yourself.
Okay, so I have 2 things. If you are struggling with how to build your network, we can talk separately about that or have a separate call. I'll help you because I have been on this like a boss, and I am killing it lately. My goal is to add 189 people to my network by 12/31/15 and connect, which is 3 people a day starting October 30th, which is what I've been doing, and connecting with 5 people a day, which will have been 315 people come New Year's Eve. And it's easy to do. It's easy. That's 189 new people who come the first of the year. I want to be who they're thinking about when they have their New Year's I hate resolutions, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I do every day, and I can post a picture of this in the group. It has helped tremendously. Kind of like what you have, Britt. I have the wake-up call. This is yesterday's, and actually today's is right here. So any notes I need. My PD, I'm also reading The Slight Edge. I'm also in chapter 2. It's a great book. My shake, my workout, I actually wrote down that day's workout. Invite the name of 3 people I'm going to invite that day. New people to my network, 3 new people that I'm adding to my network that day. Connect with 5 people, the names of the 5 people I'm going to connect with. My challenge group post, exactly what I'm going to say. My 3 social media posts, exactly what I'm going to post. And I make this every night the night before. So that the next day when I get up and I bang it out, here's tomorrow's. Instead of a power hour, I have like a power 20 done. I have the rest of my day to catch up on anything else that comes up. Or if I have spare time, I'll go in and make additional posts or whatever. I have extra time. But my power hour is power 20 because I've done my homework the night before. It is so easy. It's the way to go.
I like it. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I also, for challenge groups, have been scheduling them through MailChimp. So they get an email and then in the Facebook group. So then there's no excuses. So that's kind of another thing that you guys can do too, is like, I feel like I love the Facebook groups, but I feel like people connect with me a lot better through email when they feel very and then if it's a question that I think everyone can benefit, I will copy it into the Facebook group. Like, hey, I got an email today about such and such. This is what you should do, blah, blah, blah. I also did, this is really good for your guys' groups too. I did one day I just took it and I did 3-minute videos of upselling the performance pack. I upselled Activate. I did a video on why you should log your food and why that's not the same as counting calories. I did one on, how to prepare for a successful workout, like how I lay everything out the night before, how my alarm's set, what I literally do when I wake up in the morning. I went through my whole entire process. And 4 people were like, I never even thought about laying out my clothes the night before. People need tips. So whatever you're doing that you think may be stupid and that people might not know, share it with them, because I guarantee that if they haven't been working out and haven't been able to adapt a healthy and fit lifestyle, it's because they're missing a few key factors that you're doing at why you can do it. So
I would suggest starting with the basics too. You would be shocked how many people don't know how to read a nutrition label or what their carbs and fats and protein are and macro and micronutrients. I mean, start with the basics. Seriously, things that you're like, really? You don't know that? They really don't know that. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and gone, what the heck is a macro?
Yeah. And think about when you first started, things you didn't know. Write all of those down and share them, all of it, and share that in your groups. Those are great things to share if you're looking for things. And if you are a new coach and you're really nervous about having posts, go in your online office. Beachbody has posts wrote out for you every single day where all you have to do is copy and paste. So don't be alarmed if you personally don't know anything. If you're just starting out and this is your journey and you're like, I don't know anything about sharing healthy tips yet, I'm still working on myself, go into the online office, because you'll learn some new tips yourself and they already have it laid out for you. So don't stress out about it.
I also have 2 other suggestions, which is if you don't know what to post and you're coming up with writer's block, go to the people who you follow. Why do you follow them? What about them inspires you? Go and look at who inspires you and kind of mock them almost. Whenever I post, I ask myself 3 questions. Was it intentional? Was it purposeful? Or was it thoughtful? I try to really hone in on not just posting crap, but posting stuff that's going to help somebody.
I agree. Oh, and okay, well, I just want to run through some real quick things before we go through here into our little accountability thing. So for 2016, I want you guys to sit down and write out some, I have some really big goals for myself. I want you to really figure out your brand and not focus so much on selling the Beachbody brand, because what I have learned throughout this year after working with my business coach are people want to buy you. They don't want to buy Shanti and they don't want to buy Shalene. They want to buy you. They're following you for a reason. So really build your brand. The less I have been on a time, invested a ton of money in business coaching and marketing, the less, I know it's hard to do, but the less beach body terminology you use, the more you are going to cycle through the newsfeed. Every time you type out the word beach body or Insanity Max 30 or something that, or Turbo Fire, that kicks an algorithm that kicks you out of the newsfeed. And it changes all the time. So like 6 months from now, it could be completely different. But as of right now, you are anytime that you don't make yourself unique, you're compiled into this group that isn't being shared. So and if you notice what you talk about, the same people that talk about the same thing will feed through your own news feed. So think about that when you're looking through things. Like, I'm not saying that it looks tacky or it's bad. I'm saying these are the social media facts that I learned on my business call yesterday. So these are the facts, and I'm just sharing them with you. If you want to build your like page and you don't, so when all of those so I know like every coach in America was like freaking out about the whole like crockpot lady. But the reason why she's targeting people in your group is because you're talking about the same thing she's talking about. So she's whenever she targeted her audience, it targeted people with the same common interest that you have with her in the algorithm. Plus she paid like $1,000 for that ad. So if you don't have $1,000 to cough up, you're not no event that you post is going to get shown in the newsfeed. I've paid $200 for an ad before and it never got that much traction. Not as much. So I know she's paid $500 or more for that event. So also don't let that freak you out. Unless you're going to cough up the money, you're not going to get that in the newsfeed either, like a big group like that. So just remember those things it is an algorithm and it is set up that way and it just is what it is. So that's another reason why you also have to cross post to Instagram. You have to keep yourself known on all, and then connect your Instagram to Twitter. I've never even been on Twitter since the day I became a coach. I signed up a Twitter account. I connected it to my Instagram. I get people all the time from Twitter and they're like, I found you on Twitter. I'm like, I literally don't even know my password. I can't even log into it. I don't know how. So it's somehow connected and it's just posting my Instagram stuff. So make sure everything's being cross-posted because you still will find an audience everywhere. Which leads me to Pinterest. So my blog is completely down. I can't even talk about it, I might cry. But regardless, I'm like starting over. I just figured it's going to be a clean slate. I'm rebranding myself as just Brittany Landis. I'm not going to use my Lift It with Brit name anymore. So moving forward in 2016, I'm just going to start reblog. My blog wasn't that great anyways. So I'm not like super devastated except for my coconut oil blog. And I had another Body After Baby that had like a few hundred repins and like 5,000 views, but I'm over it. It's okay. I'm moving forward. So anyways, I want to do a Pinterest training because I just had 3 people yesterday tell me they found me on Pinterest. That my Pinterest linked to my Facebook page and that's how they found me. So I don't have a huge followers, so I'm not really sure how they're unless people are just repinning it or liking it. I'm not really sure how they're finding me unless they're just searching it. So I want to do a Pinterest training for all of you. I can do it live or I can record it and I'll show you how to make the skinny Pinterest pictures. I'll show you how to attach it to your Facebook page. I'll show you how to attach it to your blog. Whatever you want to do. I suggest doing both a blog and a Pinterest page, and your Facebook page. You can also connect Pinterest to YouTube, which is awesome. They can watch videos on YouTube. So, or they can watch YouTube videos on Pinterest. So I don't know who's interested in kind of adding that to their social media. It sounds overwhelming, but it's really, once you get the hang of the pictures, it's like pin, like Facebook pin, you can just do it really quick. But the thing is, you have to be prepared that I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to wipe out your whole entire Pinterest. You're not going to be able to have personal stuff on Pinterest. You'll have to take all of that off and then recreate secret boards that nobody can see. Unless you can turn your current boards into secret. I'm not sure. At the time that I did it, you couldn't. But every time, if you're pinning, So think about this when you're on Pinterest. If you're pinning 21-day fixed recipes, all you're doing is supporting other Beachbody coaches, and they're going to their pages. So really think hard about what you're pinning. I pin anything that I want that is of another person that I don't want to drive traffic to other like top coaches' websites. I want to drive traffic to myself. I make a secret board, and that's what I pin stuff to if I want the ideas. So be prepared that if you are in love with your Pinterest page, and it's like mine was just a hot mess. It wasn't organized or anything. I was just pinning random stuff that I seen. So it didn't bother me to delete all my stuff. But if you can't turn it into a secret board, you'll have to delete everything and then restart a Pinterest page. Or you could open up a new business account if you wanted to, I guess. You could also do that. So I will be doing a training on that for you guys to get ready for 2016. And then I am looking for somebody who wants to run the monthly trainings after the sneak peeks. I have like way too much on my plate, and I want to do the Pinterest Academy. I want to keep doing the sneak peeks. I want to add 2 a month in 2016. And then I want to do a marketing business boot camp for everybody. So you can learn to market yourself better. Like Brittany has been killing it with some of my tips on like inviting through her posts. Like she's literally killing it. She hit Success Club 8 last month. Did you sign up, 2 coaches? 2 coaches. So it's working. You just have to be willing to like implement it. So I want to work on, I want to take like what I'm learning and investing money into for myself and recreate it for you guys. So if somebody wants to volunteer to take over the team trainings where you're just doing the Beachbody trainings or whatever, and then I'm also going to set up like a 10-day thing. And this will all be done by January, like what to do as a new coach, how to set up your like page. Post right away about a challenge group. Don't wait to go emerald. Like the basics that maybe we're not getting through to new coaches like right away when they get started because we're all busy or whatever. I've got like a document on how to sign up, how to set up a challenge group, what to do. Like, don't post on your Facebook too much Beachbody verbiage. So then that way you're not getting lost, that it does take time to like build up your like page. So you need to start that immediately. So I'm going to be working on that also. So that's kind of the things that I wanted to tell you about that I want to do for 2016. And I really want everyone to start building their email list. Like I'm always asking for emails because you can start doing like a bi-weekly or a weekly email where you're offering like a recipe maybe, and maybe some, like small fit tips, like all the tools for your success, measuring cups, a food scale, blah, blah, blah. And oh, by the way, and then have a before and after picture of somebody in your boot camp or your challenge group or whatever you call it. And, how to join. And then they could click on the link and then you could take it to a survey, like kind of build your email list so you can start going with those follow-ups without having to message people all the time. Because I'll tell you what, people are getting sick of getting messaged from all the network marketers. I can tell you that. They don't want any more pop-up messages unless they've already previously been talking to you. So that's just another thing that we can move forward with that I want to train people on how to do also. So if I could like take the team training and just even the stress of like it holding over my head that I have to hold it every month off my plate, that would be great. So I can like focus on teaching you like really how to build your business. That is all I had. Does anybody have anything else, like questions or anything that they want to specifically learn, or tips, or anything they want to share moving forward?
One thing that I've been kind of struggling with, I've never really posted much about Beachbody on my personal page, just because I feel like I guess I was surrounded by people that were like, they were sick of seeing like fitness people. And so I created my whole separate like page just for my fitness stuff. But now I feel like I need to post on my personal page more about it. So I struggle with what to post on my personal page versus what to post on my like page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would just post the same thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't make it difficult. Either share your like page post onto your personal page, or once a week, Like I'll do like a bikini boot camp, just original post on my Facebook page, or I'll share a post, but I only hit my personal page once a week. Other people, I build my whole business off my like page because I feel like that builds a bigger network. I'm reaching more people in the United States and Canada that versus my personal page. I'm only reaching my Facebook friends. I want my Facebook friends to still be aware of what I do. But other people in business are super successful on their Facebook friends. So I think you could try both. I mean, I wouldn't overwhelm people on on your personal page. I do think that that does get exhausting. But that's just my own personal opinion, which is
and if you're not being salesy, like putting up flyers and mentioning Beachbody all the time, I don't think people will necessarily like think that you're just trying to sell them something all the time. They're just going to think like, oh, Heidi's doing this, just like, you know, this person's going for a run, Heidi goes for runs, like those kind of things.
Yeah, like I always share my Polar, like how many calories I burnt during my workout, and then I just add like Body Beast bulk back, and then I notice more and more people are like liking it, so they know like it's sparking their interest. I kind of try to keep things on the down low, but you can try both ways. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. Everybody's feed and people are different.
Okay.
I'm curious what tips Britt gave Britt. What's working? Because, I mean, I'm consistently adding 3 people a day to my network. I'm consistently inviting 3 people a day, and I'm consistently connecting with at least 5 people. But I've yet to have Success Club on the board. So what are some tips and tricks you think that we can do to finish out the year strong?
I've just been making regular posts, but I've been inviting in most of my posts, like inviting to my boot camps or inviting to the coaching opportunity, and just saying either message me or leave your email below. And they're pretty much like, I thought at first like it was going to get kind of old for me asking for their emails all the time, but it hasn't yet. And like I made a post on my personal page today, and I got 4 people that messaged me from my personal page post about my boot camp. And it was just like really just telling about that I know what they feel like, and I've been that person before, and like I can teach you how to live a healthy lifestyle. And then message me or leave your email below, and then I send them, once they send me their email, I add it to my MailChimp account. So I have their email on my email list. And then, and right now I'm just building. I haven't started sending anything. I sent one this past week, but I didn't get hits on it, but it was kind of like a test run. But so then I send it to my my MailChimp account, and then I send them my sales letter for my boot camps that month. I call them boot camps too. So I just send the sales letter, and then I will follow up with them within the next week and ask them if they had any questions. And if they, I mean, the sales letter lays everything out for them. It lays out the price, it lays out what you get, it lays out everything. So there's no questions and messaging back and forth and frankly wasting your time on somebody that is just kind of appeasing you by answering in short little spurts, and you're both wasting time. So
sales letters are key. Unless you want to go back and forth, but I have wasted so much time and effort on like back and forth, and then it gets like awkward. Then you sell them the price or send them the link, and then you got nothing. Like I point blank, I don't have time to waste. I have 2 beautiful babies that I have to take care of and a husband that I want to spend time with. So if you don't have $140, you're not in it to win it, is how I look at it. Or it's not for you right at that time. You know, they'll come back when they're ready.
Do you have a sales letter for coaching also, or do you just use one for like your challenge groups?
I have a sales letter for coaching in the online office for sneak peeks.
Okay. Because do you mind like posting
I
just
have one
some
for my
kind of blurbs about it?
Too.
Yeah, everyone could. If you go to documents in the files, they're all in.
It is in there?
Yeah, and if anybody wants to add theirs to it, that would be awesome. So people can kind of get new verbiage and make up their own or whatever.
Okay.
Also, another thing that I have been doing, which It's kind of weird at first, but the voice messenger on Messenger, the voice messaging, I send people a voice message so they can hear my voice, like hear my excitement. Like I'm like today I was like, hey, Haley, I haven't heard from you in a while. I know you were interested in boot camp before, but I'm kicking off another boot camp on the 30th. I would love for you to join. We're starting with the detox and we're following up with a 30-day boot camp. Ladies are losing 4 pounds a week and would love to have you. Let me know what you think. I'll get you all signed up and we'll get started on the 30th. Bam. She was like, oh my gosh, great to hear your voice. Like I get that all the time. Like, great to hear your voice. Use that so people can hear your voice. Like they want to hear your excitement. And I have not a very like good camera, like voice. So if they're excited to hear my voice, then they're going to be excited to hear most of your voices. So they want to hear your excitement, and you can't share that through typing, which is a reason why I kind of went into like a funk. Like I just got so sick of Facebook and typing. And if I had to read one more person's post on Facebook about something so irrelevant to like life in general, like I thought I was going to pull my hair out. So I definitely had to take some time off. Like I apologize. And then everything kind of went havoc there for a minute. But, the facebook.business.com is going to save your life if you are like me and hate social media. Like it's just not my thing. But you only see your Facebook like page. So you can just blast out scheduled posts. You can copy and put those into Instagram. You can use Latergram to schedule your Instagram posts. There are so many ways to work this business in literally 2 hours a day if you're smart with it. So that's another thing going into 2016 is making like a calendar plan. Like I also am going to write down like personal goals for the day. Like I want to work on Rush's baby book today. I want to, go get my hair done. And then I want to do all of this for my business. And what I don't do for my business, I'm putting on to the next day. But there are so many network marketers out there these days. There are so many Beachbody coaches. So if you really want to step up your game, you're going to have to kind of schedule it out. And I read in the Slight Edge today that really stuck with me because I did take some time off. And it said like the people who are successful aren't because they're smarter than you or because they're working harder than you. They're doing things when they don't feel like doing it. And last week I did not feel like doing this. Like I did not want to. I wanted to stab everyone. Like I was having a rough week and I like to think that I have my life all put together, and then I just completely crumbled with exhaustion and I had to take like a nap yesterday, which killed my pride. I don't take naps. And, but I feel a lot better today. But it's true. Like I didn't hit Success Club last month. I put it off to the end and then my grandpa went into hospice. And if I would have just nailed out Success Club and did those phone calls on Thursday instead of putting them off till Saturday and then getting called back to Dayton, I would have had Success Club 10, but I only had Success Club 4 because I procrastinated. So that was the only first time I've ever missed Success Club. So it was kind of a blow to my ego, but I didn't prepare. So it's my own fault. So that's what, and I haven't been reading personal development. So if you want to do good with this business, you're going to have to do it even when you don't feel like it. So if you don't feel like it, schedule your post. So you make sure like it's getting done, even when you don't feel like it. And get up early in the morning and just nail it out. I know Heather's been doing that as I've been working for you.
Yeah, I'm tired now though. It's like 9:30. I'm like,
I was like, we're gonna have to move these calls. I was about to fall asleep. I fell asleep 3 times waiting for this to happen. I was like,
I get my invites done at like before the kids I wake the kids up. Like I've got my invites and my post, and I'm tired by like 9:30 or 10, but I was doing it in the evening and I get so much more traction in my morning posts now than I ever did before. Like, I don't know if why, but my insights are much higher than they ever were. So, you just have to do what's good for you. Shalene always says working out in the first thing in the morning is the best. And for 2 years, I didn't do it. And now I'm doing it. And I don't know. I just think you have to make changes, and reading personal development, that's key. Like you miss that, you're going to miss I don't know. It's so crucial.
Here's my super rude philosophy on the morning stuff. So Sorry if I offend anybody, but I feel like when you're posting in the morning and you're talking to people in the morning, those are your go-getters. The late night people, I consider the late night snackers. The people who feel bad for themselves and are eating their sorrows. The people who are up early, ready for the day, are like ready to talk. They're motivated. That's just how I look at it. And I talk to all of my people in the morning. And every person that I talk to in the morning is always like a go-getter. Like,
not necessarily, because I am a night owl and I am one of the biggest go-getters you will ever know. It
doesn't apply to everybody, but I'm just saying that most people. But like, seriously, between the hours of 5 and 7, I've already talked to Diane, Brittany, Brett, my mom, and like 7 clients between the hours of 5 in the morning and 7. It's crazy. Brittany's probably the only other person that. Brittany and Diane, I'm always like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I know they'll be awake. But seriously though, the people that are morning people are very motivated. And I'm not saying that doesn't go for everybody. So that's why I said it was rude. It doesn't go.
I was just giving you a hard time.
No, I know, but it is like the majority of your go-getters are early risers. The majority. Some people are night owls. I am not. I need like 8 hours. But so that's another thing to do. Just try different markets out too, because if Heather never would have tried that, she never would have known. So like I used to work out in the evenings, and evenings used to be like my thing. And then I had kids and it just didn't work out for me anymore. But then I do mornings, and I used to talk to people at nap time, but then nobody was available because people were at work. So if I message people early in the morning, you wouldn't believe how many people are scrolling Facebook, like waiting to drop their kids off at the bus, or, sitting at the school waiting for their kids. Or there are a ton of people on Facebook between the hours of 6:30 in the morning and 8 o'clock in the morning that are like ready to talk to you. So just try it out. Try different things out. I suggest, we've got like less than a minute, but I suggest between now and December to try new things out. Try it out for you. If the morning stuff isn't working for you, try the night stuff. Maybe that'll work. Or if the night stuff isn't working for you, try the morning. Like always make sure you're still posting 3 times a day, 7, mine's like 6:30, noon, and like 8 or 9. And I always schedule my night post ahead of time just in case my life gets crazy at nighttime with the kids and whatever, and I may fall asleep or something like that. But definitely start trying some new things out and talk about it. I'm going to do the Pinterest training, and I'm also going to do Thursday calls at 11, like Coaches in Conversation, where we kind of just talk about like goals, things that you want to accomplish. It's going to be like a freebie call. It's like a super, I'll record all the recordings, but we can really start doing that. And then with the branding boot camp, I'll do personal calls to like help you brand yourself. So if you want to book, or something to kind of go along with your brand, whatever it may be, we can work on that together also, so you can kind of start having something to offer to your clients besides just a Beachbody program. So you can kind of start earning passive income. And we'll also start really hitting hard on affiliate programs. I just signed up for like 6 affiliate programs, and I made an extra $200 this month through my groups